first, we should just recall very few basics of signature analysis. Already you have studied all these, but it will be better within 5-6 minutes we can recall these points earlier you have studied so that you can reconnect yourself. So remember, we have two types of signature, legible signature and illegible signature. What is the simple meaning of legible signature? Legible signatures are those which can be understood easily. If I'm going to sign with the name Bharat, and if my signatures are understandable, readable for anyone, you will say legible signature. And if signatures are not readable, then you can, form A. We will have something extra here. And if you are having such kind of signature which cannot be understood or no one is able to understand actually what is written in the name of what is written in the name of signature, then that kind of signature will be a legible signature. So legible signatures gives you conforming in ideas, opinion, actions, views and belief, and clarity in the thoughts. So if your signatures are not very clear, so work on that today. And what can you do? All of you can sign on a paper, take a pic and circulate in the chat box, or you can circulate in the Graphology WhatsApp group just now. So just take your signature on a paper, take a pic and post in the WhatsApp group so that I can understand your signature. So legible, then I will tell you how many of you need to make correction in your signature. So if you have legible signature, it means very frank, open-minded and consideration of others as compared to self. Meaning those having legible signature are not supposed to be selfish people. They have their own dignity, self-esteem, and mostly self-conscious. They have honesty in their thoughts and ideas, and they follow rules and regulation. They are well focused and socially outgoing. So remember, one should always have legible signature. Many times I have seen such kind of signature which cannot be understood by anyone. Even we can copy the signature, meaning just a simple rubbing of the pen. There is no logic and no meaning behind those signature. I got few signature in the chat box in Graphology Level 6 WhatsApp group. Please post your signature pic. So first I am telling you what is the meaning of legibility and illegibility. If you are, suppose you have signed somewhere, but it doesn't mean anything. Nothing is understandable. That your writing is like you are writing medicine on a paper like MBBS doctor, meaning only storekeeper can understand, medical store person can understand the name, but you are not able to understand what someone has written. That kind of signature are known as illegible signature. When you write clear, then this is known legible clear signature, or legibility is there. Got my point? So first in your signature there should be legibility, because the legibility tells about ideas, action, views. It tells about honesty, willing, self-esteem, confidence, dignity, and willing to attach with the rules and regulation. So many things are expressed with the help of legibility of signature. That's why remember your signature should be legible. Earlier I was having illegible signature. Okay, these were looking very nice, like a barcode. But later I recognized this signature is giving me negative points everywhere. I noticed during interview it is not giving good impact. When I analyzed my own signature, so in place of making very stylish signature, I kept latest and in the end finally simple signature. Okay, so don't worry Sukanya. Sukanya, minor changes are required in your signature. I will explain. So now you are having your signatures in front of you. And after next 4 minutes of recalling, we will have a new pattern of study of signature and compare your signature there. If you have very simple signature, simple and honest person, generally people like this signature. If you have a single straight line below your signature, so when you have a single line just below the signature, it tells about your confidence. Now check in your signature How many of you have a simple line? Don't make any change. Just observe your signature and find out how many of you have a simple and straight line under signature, and say yes in the chat box in Zoom, not on WhatsApp. Here in Zoom, say yes. Honestly, if you have a single line and a straight line, so it is a good thing, meaning it is telling about confidence in taking decision. So if this line is changing, so just to boost up your confidence, you can make change. Yeah, if it is going upward, it is a positive sign. It should not go downward, we know. Okay. Now, if you have line going upward below the sign, how many of you have this line upwards, which is moving in the upward direction? Yes, Harpreet, Meenu, yes, Charu. So then you have positivity and positive attitude towards your life. So one should have always a straight line, little moving in upward direction, meaning person is simple, honest, rule bounded, and always have positivity in the mind. Yes, most of you have. I didn't understand. Bhuvana, just check in the WhatsApp group. Many signatures are there. Last signature, you can check the signature of Ankita, Arundhati. They have generally a line just under the signature. Check in WhatsApp group, and line is little moving in upward direction. That is known positive attitude. Like in the signature of K. Rajni also, it is little moving upward. So, okay. And Udita Banerjee, very less upward, but still minor is there. Okay. So, if you are having these lines, and these are, yeah, Manisha, minor changes required. So when the line is moving up, it is a positive sign, hope. Okay, meaning in all cases you are hopeful in the life. What may be the situation? Yeah, my sign move upward completely. Yeah, if you have two lines, I will work on that also, don't worry. Now, just a minute. So if you have missed the WhatsApp group of Graphology, the link is shared in the chat box. You can take it from here. Yeah, I will tell just now everything. Suppose you have line going upward, and after the line you have either one dot or two dots. How many of you have dot just after the line? Not after signature. Dot is after the line. Please check your signature and tell me in chat box here. How many of you have dots? Yeah, Dinah is having a dot. Manisha is having a dot. Yes. Yeah, two dots or one dot? One or two, not three. Never use three dots. Yes, few of you have two dots there. So if you have one or two dots after the line, you have extra confidence, but it is not overconfidence. Remember, yeah, Anita, you have to add this dot in future. Practice for that. So remember my point. If you have one or two dots, dot is related with confidence. One or two dots. Udita, you have to work on that. If you have one or two dots, it is about the confidence level. But if you have more than two dots, it is artificial confidence, fake confidence. Generally, you can say overconfidence. Meaning the person don't, yeah, if below the line, it can be considered, no issue, Dakshani. But it should not be above the line. So if the person is having more than two dots, person is fake. Remember this point, person is fake. More than two dots, fake confidence. But one or two dots, yes, then more confidence, progressive in the life. And these kind of signatures are most recommended signature. Dakshani, two dots below the line, okay, no issue. But not above the line. So these kind of signatures are most appreciated signature. If you have two lines below the signature, meaning you have dilemma or a confused state. What does it mean by dilemma or confused state? It means simply, yeah, wait, yeah, Meena, I will tell you. If you have two lines, simply always you have two opinions about every decision. So for good post, like manager, where decision making is required, these peoples are not considered good, having two lines after signature. Actually, yeah, if no line, no dot, lack of confidence, okay, sometime without line signature can be considered good. Today we have to understand that. dot before initial above line. No, yeah, it is no initial above line. Then you can say we will work on that. So two lines are not supposed to be good. It is always about multiple opinion. Okay. Moya, we have added the group link in the chat box. Search that and then join that. Okay. And what I'm saying for teachers, such kind of the people can have two lines under the signature because they have always multiple opinion. But I will suggest avoid double line after signature. This is a very negative point. Now, baselines. Check here about the baseline. Moya, please check the WhatsApp group link now. Overly or averagely straight line. Okay, so very average straight line, meaning minor up or downs, minor, negligible up or down is there. That is known overly or averagely straight line. They are good organizer, target oriented, they plan everything. Okay, and their plan and all chances will affect the task. If rigidity in the straight line is observed, you can check under my signature, I have very dark line, rigid line. Okay, if rigidity is there in the line, rigid straight line, meaning their planning is always rigid. They always have commitment. They follow their commitment. Okay, don't consider upper line in this signature because in my signature are in Hindi, and in Hindi we have upper line always. So here in my signature, upper line will not be considered. Okay, so sometimes when people have very straight line, rigidly straight line, they may be rigid in planning and may be radical in thoughts, very strict or orthodox family. So now work on that. Suppose you have ascending baseline, like in my second signature, line is straight, but it is little moving up, not little enough moving up. The person will be cheerful, energetic, accept new challenges with a positive attitude. These are my actual signature. Dot is missing because dot is explained in other signature. Now, if you have descending baseline, how many of you have descending baseline in the signature? Please tell me in the chat box by saying yes. How many of you have descending baseline in your signature? No, don't say no to me, just say yes if it is there. Okay, no one. That is a good point because descending line is very negative. Tell about the depression, anxiety, stress, lost-minded people. Waverly baseline. How many of you have Waverly baseline? Like I'm having this. Waverly baseline. It is about lesser self-control. Very moody. Mood change occasionally. Frequently. Suicidal baseline. Check it. Today we are going to work on suicidal signature. And I will not tell the name, but yeah, no baseline and no issue. LFN, no issue in that. But today I got two signature in this Graphology Level 6 group, which are suicidal signature. So please make changes. Today we are going to discuss. Okay. Now check few more examples here. If you have dots like this after the line, okay, or without line you have signature like Pallavi and just a single dot, then it will work. Meaning the person wants to check all the things that may go wrong while executing tasks, meaning extra precaution is there. This is also considered good signature without line but dot is there. If you have two dots, there may be line, there may be straight or ascending line, there may be no lines. Check in the two dots. In that case, they may stop themselves considering less capable. They retard their growth with themselves. Actually, these kind of people having two dots are trying to show the confidence. That's why many a time two dots are not considered good. But many graphologists say that two dots are okay. So there is an average view about two dots. So what I will recommend, better to keep one dot only. You have curvy line or Waverly line, check. You have three different ways. Actually, these three lines are artistic lines. So good sense of color combination, good presentation technique. Yeah, Dakshani, work on that. Below the signature, there should be hardly one dot, no two dots. Artistic signatures are generally found in the teachers who used to teach LKG, UKG, and TGT up to TGT. In case of PGTs and professors, Waverly line is generally missing. If person have two dots below the line, always better to keep one line. If person is having two dots below the line, person is trying to show that he is not guilty, or he is honest, or he is saying something true. So he is trying to impose, but there is not surety whether a person is true or not. So it is a kind of clever people signature, confusing signature. These are doubtful people having two dots below the signature. Okay, now check these signatures. Cutting at middle, always avoid this. If any one of you are having such kind of signature, in all ways, okay, if someone is having this kind of cutting like Pallavi 1 or Pallavi 2 here, cutting at the middle, these kind of people generally face negligence in the office. How? They will work, but credit will be taken by someone else. Always their credit will be taken by someone else. They will never get proper credit. This is the problem with these kind of signature. Okay, so always avoid these kind of signature. Yes, Shushmita, so you can work on that. Generally, it is the observed case. When you have such kind of signature, your credit will be taken by even your junior, not only by senior, junior also can take. So this denote person harasses himself for adverse condition, frustration, anger, and the person is generally feel guilty, always feels guilty. Okay, this is the problem, and these are very negative signature. I'm not using term, but these signatures should be 100% avoided. Incoming arrow like, you can check, many people have this arrow. It looks like the arrow is coming from up to down. So if arrow is coming from up to down, these kind of people generally get hurt because of others. This denote the person harasses himself for adverse condition. These are supposed to be highly negative signatures, so be careful about this. Now, yeah, Aarti Nandrekar, I will check it. Don't worry, we have to start signature. Yeah, Aarti, I got signature of Padma. Many changes are required. Parul, yes. And Jagannathan, yeah, many changes are required. Aarti, you can resend it, but send in the Graphology group only. Now, how many of you have a circular pattern around the first letter in the signature? Please say yes in the chat box, be honest. Check your signature just now. So if you have this circle in the start of signature, so these person seeks protection from other. Actually, they generally feel unsafe, or you can say insecurity. In case every signature done by a person differ each time, that is actually where these are the signatures of very clever people. Actually, those people who generally change their signature. Okay, like I'm a teacher, and suppose I am going to sign on many documents at a time. Suppose during exam, I'm going to sign in the exam hall. In that case, what? Yes, Alafia, I will tell you the changes. In that case, there may be minor changes in my signature because I'm in hurry and I have to sign on 50 sheets. So minor changes can be observed. But if I am going to sign on official document, so obviously I should be careful. In that case, if you find in random cases, a client is having multiple signature, So these kind of signatures are found in criminal-minded people. Very clear. If you are at a time you are sitting and you have to sign continuously at 50 places, minor variation may be there because you might be in the hurry. But yes, okay, Ashwani, if you make it short, only this is the change, meaning this is your legible signature, but you are not changing frequently sign. Like many criminal peoples are there, they have multiple signature. In a day, at different times on different documents, you can find many changes. So these kind of peoples are criminal minded. But sometimes what I used to do, in place of writing Bharat Kumar, I used to write Bharat. So okay, you can make your signature short because of space, etc. That is a different thing. Now, so everyone, those who have not taken the signature, sign on a paper, take a pic and send in the WhatsApp group. No issue, Edible. We are just discussing. I also lost the connection, so I also keep muted for a few minutes. Now, so circular pattern is a kind of insecurity. So those having this pattern make change. If you have very straight line below the signature, so extreme confidence is there. Upper line already we have done. Check it here. So line going upward, and many of you are having dots below the line. If you have one or two dots, but line is moving upward. If you have very simple, what I'm saying, if you are having, no, we are just recalling few important things so that we can connect to the past study. Then we have to study very important things. So if line is moving upward, then you have dots under the line. It is supposed to be good. Two lines below the sign already we have done. Cutting in the sign we have done. Now, so what is the, now you have recalled many of the things related with the signature analysis. Okay, so we have to work on possible signature. Suppose you are in an interview panel and that day 20 candidates are there for interview. And you know, all the candidates might be having good degrees. How will you justify whether the person is good or not, best fit for the job or not? So I'm going to show you a tool here. Please check. This is the tool, or you can say kind of page design. What you have to do, your client will sign on a plain paper, not on this sheet. The reason is that if you will say your client to sign here, then the client will read written here, and client will change the mind, and then he or she will give you fake signature. Yeah, no, many people generally have date below the signature. They want to make surety and you can say legibility of the signature. That is a good sign. Generally, I recommend one should always have a marker of the date after sign. This is a good thing. You can see all officials when signed, they mark the date. So remember, this tool is not to show to your client. Be careful. If your client or the person who is coming for interview will see this sheet, then he or she will change mind and they will give you fake signature. This is only for you. So what can you do? So you know, when interviewer are entering there, so you just keep a diary or a kind of page or something with you, and then as soon as your client will enter there, say, yeah, we teacher always put the date correct. So what can you do? Say sign here, and then after taking the sign, you start analysis. Another interview panel members will start interview, and your client will never guess that you are analyzing his or her signature. So here you have to check traits of self-esteem. Self-esteem is very important trait. You have to check willpower, persistence, procrastination, growth mindset. Okay, you have to check whether your client is open to new experience or ideas or no. How you have to use it? Today we are going to practice for this. You have to check the communication style of your client. That is very, very important, extremely important. Communication style of your client is important. Then signature analysis. Red flags, meaning what are the negative points. So using this sheet, you can analyze signature completely. And in the end of this sheet, you can give your remark so that you can, okay, analysis you are writing here. Then in the end, you can give your remark whether the person is best fit for the job or not. This is very, very, very important tool. So now how to use it? Check it. Okay, now check. Okay, got it, got it. Now check it, please. Now, so remember this document is for practical use. Okay, lecture slides already I have given, and today I am going to tell you 14 signature analysis. Extremely important. Always reject those candidates having any one signature out of 14. Now, so suppose in the signature you have T, you have H, and you have other alphabets, and then check the margin. Okay, check here. So T, A, H, and N. These alphabets are properly in the middle range or upper range or lower range. Is it a multicolor design sign in the first one? I couldn't get you. Is it a multi? No, no, color is just to explain the things. Okay. Now check here. So here you can check upper part. You know we have three kind of alphabet: written in upper zone, written in middle zone, written in lower zone, and written in three zones. So okay, Ashwani, actually this is colorful so that I can explain. Okay, I can see blue pen and pink. Yeah, this is okay. I got my idea. This is just to explain so that, so it is the first signature. Yeah. Now check it. Yes, Sangeeta Shokin sent me. Yeah, good enough signature. Just a dot is required in the end of the signature. Now check please here. So you can check first signature. Upper zone, middle zone, lower zone, all are perfectly there. No, Sushmita, I'm not saying T. When you write alphabet A is written in middle zone, B upper and middle zone, C always middle zone, C, D, E is middle zone, F is written either in three zones or upper and middle zone. So you know many alphabets are there. Got it? That you have many alphabets which are written either in upper two zones or only in middle zone or lower, like Y, J, and G. These are written in lower two zones. You got my point or not? In this way, not necessary to check T, to check H. No, any alphabet can be there. Now check your signature. Everyone, check your signature. Mark your signature using pencil like this and try to find out whether you are writing your signature using proper zone or not. Where you should use upper zone, you are using upper. Where you should use lower zone, you are using lower. Whether you are using this zone pattern or not. Signature style may be different. Try to find out in your signature and work on that. Signature style may be different. Like in case of Ashwani, what can I see? Middle zone is very clear in the signature of Ashwani. But after AK, then TH and K, upper and second zone is not clear. Do you agree, Ashwani, with your signature here? Okay, so make change. Like in case of Shalini, L is having extraordinary upper zone, which is not good sign. In case of Shilpa, actually you are using very wide zone in the signature. In case of Pandit signature, D and T are written in the middle zone, while you should write D and T in middle and upper zone. In case of mine, you have to make 100% change in your signature. In case of Anima, very fine signature, but first alphabet is having 3 zones, extremely large size. Yes, yes, few alphabets they are clear, some are not at all, no issue. I'm checking one by one. So Anima, you have to make change in first one. In case of Shushmita, yes, in case of Shushmita, lower and upper zone are perfect. So I can say you are using perfection in the upper and middle zone. In case of Simi, zones are very clear. In case of Raji Girijan, zones are very clear. In case of Shalini, extreme changes are required. Sangeeta Rao, okay, Shivang, please recirculate WhatsApp Graphology group here. Then many people can join. In case of Kushum Dogra, zones are very clear, but minor changes in other terms required. We will talk about that. In case of Kalpana, Kalpana, your K is perfect, but in case of L and P, you made mistake in the zone. You are using 1.5 zone, not proper 2 zone. I am just taking it one by one. In case of Janaki Ramanuju, so in second half of signature, zone is clear, but many changes are required here. In case of Apurva, zones are clear. So now check. So remember, while signing somewhere, there should be perfection in the zone. If something should be written in upper 2 zones, write in upper 2 zones. If something should be written in lower 2 zones, write in lower 2 zones. If something should be only in middle zone, it should be always in middle zone. Only then your signatures will be highly effective. And I'm telling you, trust me, change in signature can show miracle in your life, because signature is the everything, and I have seen miracles happening just by changing in the style of signature. Yeah, Priyanka, I'm just checking randomly, don't worry, many signatures will come in front of me. So now accordingly, which I have discussed just now, make changes in your signature. Udit Banerjee, you can check. In case of Udita Banerjee, only B is following zone, U is following zone, D is following zone. Rest points are not following any zone system. RK, no zone you are following here. All are in the same zone. Priyanka, yeah, zone is very clear. In case of Anuradha Urmikar, yes, in your signature, zones are clear, but 2 alphabets need to work. We will discuss. Riddhi Pinky Patel, make 100% change. Now, so this, if zones are very clear, it tells about high self-esteem, high self-esteem of your client. Okay, if you find T and T is having longer T bar. T bar means this horizontal line. If in the signature you find T, Rashmita, you just posed just now. Oh, don't worry, I am checking all the signature and I promise I will answer for all of you. You are only 71 people here, I will answer one by one. So check, if a horizontal zone of the T in the signature is very large, it tells about healthy willpower, but it should not be extremely large. Lakshmi, your signatures are good enough. Minor alignment is required. Maya Mukherjee, alignment is required. Zones are clear. Alignment is not there. Up and downs are there. So you have to work on that. T is a different. How can I change? Rajni says we will work on that. Not all changes are required. Don't worry. Okay, so minor width of this horizontal T bar tells about healthy willpower. So now you can write analysis, healthy willpower, good self-esteem. Remember, if you are going to appoint someone at lower level, 4th grade employee, so avoid these kind of signature people, because if self-esteem is high, how can they work at 4th grade level? They can't be peon, sweeper, etc. Because of their high self-esteem, they will feel always hurt. They will become aggressive. They will always oppose you. So always avoid appointment of those people having this signature. Now check it. So if you find more pressure in alphabets, obviously Rajar as there, everything will be shared. In each workshop, I used to share everything. Then high pressure means high energy, lack of determination. High energy, but lack of determination. Okay, what have you observed in these two written lines? Something I have not disclosed just now. Can anyone tell me in the chat box? Pressure I have explained, high energy. But why I am saying lack of determination? Can you find something in these two lines written in second column of willpower and persistence? Anyone? Please tell me in the chat box. In the Zoom, I'm waiting, not in a WhatsApp group. Space, okay. Can consider this. Rohan, just wait. We are going to work on that. Gel pen, we can't make, okay. No, you should not follow the baseline. Yes, very well, extremely nice. Baseline is not followed. Letter gap, we can understand minor. Two types of E, very nice. And baseline is missing. If baseline is not followed, you can see, if you will mark a line using pencil, then line below this written line will be in up and down method. So baseline is not stress. Okay, that is not straight. Letters are disjoint. Sukanya, very nice. So when letters are not disjoint, letters are disjoint, not properly joined, baseline is not straight, then you can say lack of determination. Okay, there will be lack of determination. So here in the column you will write which character is available, lack of determination available, or if everything is perfect, you will write adequate consistency. In this way, you will decide. Yes, Manisha, what I am saying, motile by Parichias, there is this line. If you will mark a pencil just below motile by Parichias, so there will not be a straight line. Got it, Manisha? Meaning line will have up and down. So base line is having up and downs here. This is the meaning that no base line is followed. Is this clear, Manisha? I'm waiting for your answer, Manisha. Is this clear? Okay, next. So in this way, you have to find out these traits. Now, next point, procrastination. This, first letter looks like T. First letter looks like H also. It is looking little bit K, similar to K. Many of you used to write it like R. Find out this. Check last T. This bar line is in back side. Person is most related with the past. Meaning, during work, person will relate everything with the past experience. He will stuck with the past negative experience or positive experience. Middle T, middle's one T, it is most related to the past, little bit to the future. And first one of the T is illegible, meaning not legible T. So find out using these three T. Okay, now answer me in the chat box. What do you understand by first style of T of procrastination? What do you understand by first type of T? Tell me in the Zoom chat box. I'm waiting for answers here. No one is giving answer. Okay. More in past. Yeah, unstable. Rachna, I agree. Unstable. Not complete. Confused. Correct. Unstable. Actually, not related to past, but confused and unstable. What about the third T? Third style of T? Yes, loop down. Very nice, Padma. Very nice observation. What about the third type of T? Although this is very nice T, but this horizontal bar, T bar is creating problem. Now, growth mindset. So now take few written lines and check baseline. If all baselines are upwards, straight or downhill. Okay. So if lines are upwards, person is having optimistic behavior. If lines are straight, person is calm in nature, and if lines are moving down, so it is a negative thought. In this way, you will write what is the growth mindset. If lines are moving up, you will write the person is optimistic and hopeful, positive attitude. You should select this person. If straight lines are there, okay, very cool-minded, also good for your company. But if base lines are moving downside, it is a negative attitude, negative thought. That is not good for any company or workplace. So in this way, you will write your analysis in the extreme right. And then in the end, you will decide whether you should select the person or not. Now check. Gap between alphabets. You know, we have studied spacing. If spacing is more, then highly open-minded. That is not good. If spacing is very less, narrow-minded. If spacing is good enough, then you will say perfection. Open-minded but not highly open-minded. If a person in the workplace will be too much open-minded, he will always create problem. Now, check slant, because slant will tell you about communication style. Slant of signature? No, slant of alphabet. So check whether slant is right, left, or straight, or variation. Multiple variation is there. Yes, a very nice question. Handwriting depends on current mindset. Okay, you are right. You know, if someone is coming in the interview, generally there is a requirement. Handwritten application is required nowadays. You know, multinational companies generally reject typed application letter. They generally want a handwritten letter, and that you have to submit earlier. Suppose I am going to attend interview today. So obviously I will write my letter earlier. Got my point? And generally what is happening now, multinational companies are calling few documents which are generally handwritten by the candidate, so that they can analyze the psychology of mind or the psychological behavior. So you are right, because during interview we are aware we can be fake there, we can be fake signature there, fake writing. So generally call a handwritten application. So that is always good to get correct explanation. Is this clear, Manisha? Even in the schools, whenever there is vacancy, they used to say send all the document till this date with a handwritten application, and after short outing of the application, we will call you for interview. Meaning before interview, they will call your documents at least 10 days earlier, and they will demand a handwritten application. This is the purpose actually. But many low standard companies generally ask this because it is a trend. But high multinational company know that this is the reason. So using the slant, like if it is right-handed expressive, left-handed inhibition, straight logical thinking, and variation is there, meaning instability. So you notice here and check what quality you should have in your client or worker. Signature analysis, inferiority complex, self-critical confidence. Already I have revised today. Earlier you have studied all about the signature analysis. Red flag meaning. What is the meaning of red flag? By analysis of signature, alphabets, and few handwritten lines, find out traits of dishonesty, tendency to cheat, dual personality, fear of success, sensitivity to criticism. This is red flag. If you find any 3 points out of these, always reject that candidate. If you find 2 points, then compare with the other upper points. So if upper points are highly positive, then you can accept a few negative red flag. Generally, red flag means danger. One should always avoid such kind of candidates. What is the difference? Someone asks very nice question. Someone is not from clinical background, but working in military hospital or something. Okay, so what can you do? You can perform diagnosis using clinical instruments, but you cannot produce legal report of that assessment. Assessment you can do only for yourself. Okay, Jia, don't worry. Just leave a message on WhatsApp. I will help you. Those who are having some issues just now in paying or uploading, you can message me on WhatsApp and remind me after the workshop. I will help you. So if you are not from clinical background, but you have psychology background and you are working, so you can use those clinical tools for yourself, for your own research. Yes, Kolkata Institute of Graphology, but you should go for 4-year course only, not less than 4-year course. All less than 4-year course are fake. They will not give you logist, graphologist accreditation. That will be considered only internship, and that will be useless for you. If you are working for 2 years or 3 years and all you get only internship, no use. Okay, no issue. Now, one last moment is left. You can message me just now. Okay. So those who have messaged me just now, this offer will be valid for those people till late night today. I'm from hospital, but MSc Psychology, PG DPC. Yes, Anima, that's great for you. Because you are already postgraduate diploma in clinical psychology. You can work, especially on clinical cases. Good. 14 different types of signature. Very dangerous signature, and one must avoid these signatures. One must avoid these signatures. These are very dangerous signature. Check how. Number 1, strike through signature. Is there anyone who is having these kind of curved lines on signature? Find out. If you are signing, yeah, distance course is not valid, Anima. Leave that. Okay, wait. I got confused. I thought you were talking graphology. No problem, Anima. You can work on that. We will help you. Okay, Midun, I will help you. So what I'm saying, if many people you can see, they sign and they cut their sign using different lines. Check it. If these lines are undersigned, the trait will be different. But just now, these lines are just over the sign. This is a very negative trait. Always avoid this. Extremely negative. Always avoid this. So this type of signature, actually this is a signature of a girl who has committed suicide. Yes, Sunita, your prediction is 100% correct. Like knives and cut on self. The girl committed suicide like the same way. Using knife, and she has cut her throat and then jumped from the school building. Your prediction is 100% perfect, Sunita. Post it publicly so that others can understand this. So signature analysis of Mumbai girl committed suicide in 2008. So the girl wrote a note that she was taking the extreme step because she was not well prepared for examination. So she generally has this kind of signature, and it is observed. Forensics department generally analyze these kind of the things. And according to forensic report, most of suicide cases have this kind of cut in the signature. So if any client is having this kind of cut, if you are using this kind of cut in your signature, please remove today at once. Sunita, please post that your interpretation publicly. So, if you have a signature with horizontal or vertical strike through stroke, get rid of. Many strikes are there. So if you are having any strike in your signature, remove that, please. Now, camouflage signature. This is not a good signature. On the face of it, this signature looks like clean. This signature looks like very clean signature. There are no twisted stroke here, but check the circle around the signature. Can you find out where is the problem? There is hook in the circle. How many of you are able to find out hook in the circle? Okay, Daksh, I will help you till evening. Don't worry, just remind me after this session. This S is attached with the circle, and S is creating upper hook. In the A, you can find out hook. So these circles create generally hook. So around the signature, always avoid circle, because circle can touch any alphabet. Yes, circle can touch any alphabet. Yeah, Riddhi, I will help you. Circle can touch any alphabet and it can create hook. Yeah, Jaya, correct. Upper S is creating a hook with this circle. So meaning the person is highly sensitive. If you have this circle around the signature, person is highly sensitive and person is willing to work in comfort zone. Person is not willing to take challenge. Person is not ready to face odd situations. So how can you work with this kind of client? Do you believe you can work with this kind of client? Yes, lines crossing, S, Y crossing, yes. Yes, knife cut, very nice. So avoid these kind of signatures always. These are very dangerous signature. Introvert, you are right. Very low confidence, yes. Insecurity, correct. These are the traits found in this signature. So always avoid. So if you have circle around the signature, get rid of. So now you have to refine your signature just now. Yes, Arundhati, very low confidence. If someone is giving very small signature, yeah, hiding true. If someone is having very small signature, very small alphabet, this is not a good trait. How many of you have signature like here written Amit Singh? Check your signature, please. Yes, Sunita, correct. How many of you have these kind of signature? Meaning like Amit Singh, very small letters looks like a single alphabet. If you have such kind of signature, it is a negative trait. It is a negative trait. Very small signature show lack of confidence to pull off day-to-day tasks. Okay? Actually, such kind of the people do not hope for any respect, any acknowledgement, any appreciation. These are the most negative people in any organization. So if you have such, yeah, can you explain the A loop or hook that is shown in Amit's? Yeah, no, I'm not talking about look. Check. After A, T is very clear, but MIT is very fine. It is so small, you can't differentiate here in M and I. So such kind of signature are not good signature. Okay. So very important trait is that these peoples are highly negative peoples. Highly negative. So if you have little bit this trait, make, yeah, Moya Mukherjee, please remove all the circle and make your signature more clear. And that should be under your signature, not after your signature. In case of Ankita, yes, alphabets clear. In case of Sangeeta Rao, alphabets are clear, no issue. So your signature should be very clear, otherwise there will be always problem. Aditi, yes, you have to work on the gap. Gap is very high in the signature. Disconnection is more. So generally, these kind of people has less of everything. Yes, I will tell, don't worry, Alef. Yeah, you can, actually, I'm explaining random. So you match your signature with the explanation here and then make change. These have lesser look, inferior money, inferior talent, inferior success. They underestimate themselves. They believe that no one can give them value. They are so negative people. If you will sit with these people for a few minutes, you will feel very negative. These are such people. So avoid these people. So if you have a similar signature, very small font, looks like a single line. So please, or draw an underline left to right. So please remove that. That is not a good sign of signature. Now, check this special signature. What is very special in the signature of Amit Singh, which is in front of you? Yes, Sukanya agreed. Yes, Manisha, underline is back line. Amit Shah is not making line from A to Singh. Amit Shah is making a back line starting from sing and moving from to back. So if in your signature line is moving towards back, it is not a good sign. Yes, Afrin, got it? So no, check M other than MI. This underline is coming from right to left. Back line is make there. Okay, these are corrected signature of Amit Singh. But one very negative point. Line is not moving in forward direction. Line is moving from forward to backward direction or right to left. Is this clear? And remember, this kind of stroke is not supposed to be good. So meaning these called trace back signature. These peoples generally live in their past. They are not optimistic. Okay, they fail to let go anything associated with their past. Even they are highly irritating, highly sensitive. Even a minor thing can irritate these peoples. So these peoples are not good for teamwork. I repeat, these peoples are not fit for teamwork. So there should be no backward trait. The person pull himself back. You are right. Take back decision, correct. Yes. Rashmi, the rigid but radical person. So always avoid this kind of stroke. Back and forward line below signature hand criteria. Yes. If line is left to right, it is optimistic behavior, upward. If it is coming right to left, back side, it is a negative behavior. Yes, Midun, they feel superior. That's why they don't want to listen anyone. Okay, how can you be sure he draw the line right to left? Yeah, Afrin, see this. You can feel after writing sing, line started with H. Line is started with H. So this is back line. And this stroke is also telling there is a back line because a starting point always has a dot. When you start a line, so first point of the line will have a dot. You can mark a line just now and you can feel that dot. Dot, okay, got it? So avoid this line. Scribbled signature. Many of you are having such kind of signature now. Not many of you, but 3-4 signature at least, sorry. So please make change in your signature. Many of you are asking here what changes are required. Okay, you have written something. We are not able to understand what you have written. Okay, and yes, line had one more line. Then yes, you are right. If this line had one more, no. If even a single line is moving back, it is highly negative signature. Yes, yes, Janaki. So scribbled signatures are not good. Those people are always in hurry, rush, careless with the details. So this is a very negative impact if you are going to work with the multinational companies or such kind of institution who take care of everything. So avoid this. You know, many people generally have this kind of sign. And what is their logic? We have to sign 100 times a day. Generally, we have this line. You know, my school director has such kind of signature. And I always dislike those signature. And you know, this kind of signature tells lack of interest, lack of decision making. These kind of people generally trust on other people. They have generally assistant to work for them. They themselves never get involved. They don't think too much. So they are always in hurry, ignoring. So that is not a good sign. So if someone is having, person have dual, if person is having different type of signature, different type of alphabets, contrast is there, small signature, being, yes, dual personality, you are right, perfectly possible. Now next point. Yeah, why is too longer? Yeah, you can say loner why. You are right. Are the ID? Yes, you are right. So always avoid these kind of signature. But if you don't want to take accountability, responsibility, okay, use this signature. But in any company, you will not be considered good. Sixth type of signature, extra stroke in signature. Okay, Meenu, check your signature now. This is written Emma. In case of Emma, unnecessarily many M-like structures are there. Many people have these kind of signature. Like they want to write Thomas, but okay, they have extra stroke. And this extra stroke is really bad. Okay? So while writing especially M and N, they use this extra stroke. So this kind of signature are not supposed to be good. They don't have good amount of energy, meaning they are not good back giver. They will not give best outcome. Their outcome will be always poor. So I can see similar in case of Banerjee. Udit is clear, Banerjee is having this stroke. In case of Anuradhaka, okay, it is clear. Let me check. Amanpreet clear. Yeah, Meenu Agarwal signatures are similar to this. Don't mind, I'm taking name. You are all team members. No one is teacher, no one is student, everyone is a team member. So avoid this kind. Now, Alfia, you got about this circle. You have to avoid this circle in your signature. Padma, you got this central line. You have to avoid this central line in signature. Asasani, okay. Better to avoid the cut in the lower line. Aditi, remove one line. Mayusha is very clear. In case of signature given by someone, I'm telling the phone number of that person. Okay, Rohan Pandey, make many changes in your signature now. I think you are able to understand everything. Putul, you have to make many changes in your signature. In the start, unnecessarily circle is there. Sangeeta, okay. Don't you think, Sangeeta, you are having unnecessary stroke? You made T equal to E. Make change. Ankita Mishra is good enough. Now continue. So handwriting signature analysis of this signature. If you have partial or complete cut in lower zone, so these people's thinking are not healthy. So if your signatures are having Y, J or G, so use line in such a way that you are not going to cut your lower zone or remove the line. If in your signature you are using G, J or Y, lower one, and you are using line, and line is cutting this, yes, Mahuma Mukherjee, sexual issues, especially in case of G. So please, G is related with actually sexual life, so avoid this signature. Actually, these kind of peoples are not able to forgive themselves easily. They generally feel guilty throughout the life. So avoid this signature. Drop in last letter. Yes, F also, if F is used in lower zone. In upper zone, no problem. Like you can check signature of Rupa Lele. In the end of Lele, E is dropped. Got it? E is looking like it is dropped. This is not a good signature. It is hopelessness in the mind of the person. And how can you keep a person in your organization who is having hopelessness? Can you believe the person should have hopelessness? And these people have suicidal tendency. And those people which have cut in the signature have suicidal tendency, which I told about the Mumbai girl. Scribbling. And in the end, if you have unnecessarily scribbling, how many of you have unnecessarily scribbling in the end of signature? Remove that. This is not a good thing. These are bad finishers of the task. They are not good finisher of any task. These people are not good. Yeah, I will check just now. I will check, Anima. Just a minute. Meena Sharma, don't you think you should remove this circle around M? Please, we have already discussed, don't use this. This is a negative trait. Yes, Anima, your first signature I like. You know there are 4 signatures. So first one I like more. This is perfect signature. A is not having extra stroke. So if unnecessarily scribbling is there, They are not able to finish any task. In the end, they are latecomer, late finisher. In the end, they will just fulfill the formalities of a negative sign. Bloated lower jaw. Find out how many of you have this. Everyone try to find out if you have bloated lower jaw. I have seen just now. Yes, S2, you have to remove this lower circle from the signature. In the start, and line is too long in the start. Line should be in a right hand side, you can have extra line. Avoid extra line in left hand side. So if someone is having this kind of stroke like Mangal Singh, it looks like a D in the end of G or Y. Please, yes. So please avoid these kind of signature. Yes, Kusum Dogra, it is perfect now. No, it is, let me check it is blotted or not. No, it is not blotted. So if you have blotted G or Y or J, remove this. This is not good thing. These people generally looking for materialistic pleasure, especially money and sex. You can say in the office, either they will be eve teaser or they will take the kind of money in lieu of work. Corrupt people. So avoid this. Signature in all capitals. Avoid these signatures. If all alphabets are in capital, like in Amananda. So if all capitals, okay, Charu, in case of your signature, nothing is clear. C-H-A-R-U, nothing is clear. And you, in place of two lines, you are making a Z. Remove this Z, have a single line. Okay? So those people have all capital letter. You know, generally when we don't have good writing, we use all capital letter. So these people are fake. They have fake superiority in their mind. But in reality, they are nothing. So always avoid these people. Or if you have this kind of signature, make change. Harpreet, just you have to work on H. Only H is required. H need change. Harpreet Randhwa. Harpreet R. Second signature is good. Just make change in H. Now next. Use first letter. See, men like Harpreet and I think someone else was having extra size of first letter. Like in, I got Rohan Pandey just now. Rohan, don't you think your R is matching with the signature of huge first letter? Do you agree or not? Don't take it to heart, but do you agree? Narasimha Rao, I'm just checking randomly the message I'm getting continuously. I will help you later also. You can post just now so that I can recheck. So Rohan, make change. Okay? If you use extraordinary large size of first alphabet, Riddhi, okay, I will help you in the end again. Alafia, just a minute. Your last signature is acceptable and good. And do one thing, don't use this lower line. Use this lower line under A and after A. Riddhi Pinky Patel. You know what R should be actually something should your signatures are only scribbling. So do one thing today, decide your many signatures and send me. I will help you to select a good signature. Yeah, if first letter is too big, make change. Yeah, yes, after correction you will send me the signature. So if your first letter, if first letter is extra large, avoid this. This is not a positive sign. No I dot. If in your signature I is there, but above I dot is not there. Yeah, one day में change नहीं होंगे. You have to work many days on your signature, Renu. You are right. Signatures takes lots of time to make change. You can decide what are the changes required, then work. Yes, but if they are using huge first letter, they are showing their hegemony, superiority, like Karan Johar or Shah Rukh Khan. They generally do this. Even Amitabh Bachchan. So if in signature I is present and above the I dot is missing, so meaning the person is having tendency to get distracted, lack of precision. So more possibilities of making errors, lack of attention, tendency to distract, forget obligations, lack of critical sense, lack of entrance, apathy, lack of order, precision, attitude. So please make change. If you are using I in your signature, place the dot. Yes, now you can say. If first letter is big, hyper superiority, fake superiority, दूसरे की सुनना नहीं है, these kind of tendencies are observed. Next, long beginning stroke. If in the start you have a long stroke, please remove this. Yeah, R topo you can have this signature. I like this kind of signature. This is good signature now. So like in Monica said, you can check unnecessarily starting stroke is very large. Yes, one dot like full stop, you are right. Meaning decision is over, full stop. So in case of Monica said signature, look here, unnecessarily first part of M is having very long stroke. And these kind of signatures are found in those people, those who are highly aggressive. They want to get appreciated. They don't want to take responsibility, and they are regardless people. They will take help, and within 1 minute, they will give you blame. So avoid this unnecessarily strong. Putul, for you, I will suggest last one. Or middle one also good. Middle one. Is this clear? So 14 signature analysis is already clear now.